What's up, guys? Welcome to THP. This is your boy Kiriti speaking, and I'm joining with
Tariq.
awesome. So we are into kind of a renovation. Still we need some advice from you guys, maybe or may not be, but we need some money.
40,000 naira. I'm rich.
We need to have a super followers section, right? Where we can get some people in.
Speaking of the followers, we are into 1,000 club members. And thanks to you guys, we are 1,000 subscribers. Let's make it more and more. Let's all the people try to watch us. And please fund us so that we can get up. Click down the link for the GoFundMe.
What did I know? You a fool's gold. Yes, I did.
Let's talk about today's topic.
Yeah, so today we're just going to be going over a few sport events, right? We're going to talk about the World Cup. We're going to talk about Mr. Olympia, which is upcoming, right? Let's start with the World Cup. What are your thoughts so far? Are you watching the World Cup or are you just a bystander?
Me? I was just, I'm gonna speak. I'm not, haven't watched any of the World Cups, but I have heard about a lot of controversial things happening right now with the Qatar places, which I don't agree with them. And yeah, as well as with the Saudi Arabia. They won with Argentina. That is a,
Yeah, the World Cup. So far we are, I think, 2 weeks in, and we've got a couple of interesting developments, right? We've got Argentina, who today won against Mexico, so they kind of caught up. It's a one win, one lose, but then they lost against Saudi Arabia. You've got, I think, Japan also won versus
Yes.
Germany. Yeah.
Have you seen the locker room?
I mean, that was something they did even last year, so it's not something surprising. But this year, it just kind of got more
It's kind of a
mainstream.
culture, right? They
But,
do it very
yeah.
clean things.
Mad respect to the Japanese because
Awesome.
they have a culture, and it's something that you wonder how they teach it into everyone, right? Like they don't have to, because there are people that are in charge of cleaning and facilities, but they went the extra mile to even put the origami and say thank you, right, for the game, right? And it's not only because they won. Even when they lost last year, they had the same thing. They would tidy up, they would clean the rooms, and then they would leave it clean. And this is something Japan teaches in schools as well. So no, they don't have any cleaners in school. The kids and the teachers clean, right? So it's a cultural thing, which is pretty cool.
Speaking of the culture, what do you want to talk about the Qatar thing? What is that?
Yeah. It's controversial, but when you go to someone's house or home, you don't really tell them how to deal with whatever they're doing with. Like, nobody is perfect, and it's ironic that in my opinion, that you'd have Westerners come in and push in whatever agenda, whatever their cultural values on a locale. Like, they're very clear about their values, their cultures, but they want to come in and tell you that it's okay to like, we are correct because this is how we view the world, and there isn't one view of the world. I think Matt Walsh, if you know him, he did a very good bit about it, talking about how they currently approved in the States, like all this abortion laws and all kinds of controversies in the States and in the Western world, and then they come into Qatar and then they're just pushing their own agenda about, hey, we want to openly practice whatever they want to do. And again, Qatar is like, we don't have anything against you, your race, your sexual orientation, whatever, but we will not tolerate public displays, because I come again from the Middle Eastern cultural world, is that everything is just the sanctity, and it's not that just because you're gay or identify as one of the acronyms, it's that even straight couples or married couples aren't allowed to publicly show displays of affection. So you can't just make out with your wife, right, in public. That's still against the general consensus. But no, they don't only want to, they want to take it further, where they want to have like a kind of a gay parade. They want to do the LGBTQ. They openly want to promote that.
See, I understand that you have your thing, and I respect that, and your ways of sense. Like, you have your own countries to do that. But once you're into your someone else's home, especially country, and they were really clear about the situation that Qatar is going to be welcoming each and everybody of them, but in return they need to respect their culture and their rules as well. So they were clearly stating this before starting of the World Cup. And talking about the other day I was just scrolling down, and one of the journalists, she was a lady, she was offended by, before entering to the stadium, you have a separate entrance in India as well. Even in the Middle East, like men go into the men queue, and they're going to be standing so that the men guard is going to be security is going to be searching for you for the likewise the others. It happens just because they respect women and they want to make sure that the woman is searched by the woman security guard.
Let me double down on that one, because I think you grew up in Saudi for some time, then you left.
No, in India it's 100% the same thing. Same thing.
Yeah. So something
India,
in
Pakistan,
the Western
everywhere.
something in the Western world is that when you go into an airlines or airplane or whatever in the airport, right? And there's a security checks, right?
Yeah.
Out of respect in the Middle Eastern, India, right? Eastern world. It's not only that. Even Malaysia, even a lot of places, not every place has specifically a separate women line.
Yeah.
But the whole point of a women line, one, it's usually faster. So in a way, it's a privilege rather than a thing. Second, it's that women are going to be inspecting your luggage, inspecting you, doing whatever, a body search if needed, rather than a man doing it for you. Now, if you want to call that equality, not really, right? Because you can't that opens the door to harassment, opens the door to
not even comfortable for many of the movements.
Absolutely. I wouldn't be comfortable if a woman is searching me, right?
Exactly.
It's like, calm down. That's just some boundaries that they have culturally. And I think in a way, majority of the people who came out and were like, hey, look, it's a woman's line. There's a woman's line. Why is it this? They mostly got burned to the stake because of their ignorance, because everybody who got on was like, thank you for highlighting this, and actually explained why there is a woman's line, why there's a woman. It's like a preferential, it's like a thing of respect rather than a derogatory.
But people doesn't understand and doesn't listen about those things, and what happens is that they try to post this thing on the social website and discouraging their culture, their beliefs, and especially it's not about in Middle East, it's about in India as well. If ever you go to any stadium, it's any public places where there are a lot of people, you have security guards, you search, you have to maintain a line for men and women are really respected for that, and they want to be searched comfortably by a woman security guard. And that's the Eastern world being like how many years, man? It's been all this.
And that's the thing, right? It goes back to, this is a cultural thing, and you don't understand the culture.
Exactly.
Educate yourself first, and then go and talk about it, right? I'm not saying Qatar's perfect. God knows, there's all that
every place
migrant slavery, all kinds of systems with problems. But how they try to highlight it is because they have a preconceived bias, and they just go in saying that, look at these Arabs mistreating humans. Look at these. We are they're trying to stand on the moral high ground. We are superior. We are better, right? When if you go back and you take a look at, and I'm not saying 1,000 years, 500 years, if you take a look at society within, the States or the UK or EU in general, it's not like you don't have your own problems. You got your whole plethora of problems, but you want to make it look like we're better than you, so we get to, kind of dictate how you should think. So. Yeah,
it's my dad, when before coming to Canada, the day was next day I had to catch my flight, and the before day he was just come to me, and I was having a good chat with him, and he was saying only one thing, no matter what you're into different countries, we have been into many countries, we have been to in Gulf countries, you have to be in different countries, and now you're individually going into the Western country. The first thing is that no matter what, respect their culture, respect their beliefs, and respect in the country, because you are over there and you need to respect, and because you're trying to earn and you're taking their benefits as well. At the same time, you want to make sure that you need to respect each and everybody and their culture beliefs. And same goes for the Western countries people, is that you need to understand it's no other country is perfect.
A guest.
Yes, exactly. And you need to make sure that before publishing something into social websites and having a different mindset out of it, people who have not even been to the countries, especially Qatar or Gulf countries, Western countries, and they want to visit these countries just for the tourism, and you post something like this, it's not gonna, it is really gonna be affecting them, and they're gonna be judgmental about this whole situation. And speaking of this thing, you are over there to entertain yourself, especially FIFA or something, and they have provided with very good system. And if you are into something talking about this thing, try to listen to the other people who have been describing the facilities provided and the cleanliness provided. I'm not saying it's everything is 100% perfect over there, but they have their own thing and own their sense of it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so that's what we want to be talking about the FIFA. But there's another thing we want to be talking about is really a good topic, which is going to be happening within 2 weeks.
Olympia?
Yes.
No, the Olympia, was it 2 weeks? I think 3 weeks. Yeah, 3 weeks.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So here's the funny thing, right? This just goes to show you that America doesn't really pay attention to the World Cup like the rest of the world does, because they've scheduled the Olympia for 15th to 18th of December, right? And you know what's happening on the 17th and 18th December?
No.
World Cup finals. Right,
Okay.
so the final is going to be the final game is going to be on the 18th, and the 17th is going to be the loser, so the third and fourth place.
Oh, okay.
Right, so basically, these guys scheduled. I think it was probably the worst. The worst
Is there any
timing.
perfect reason for that they did it? Or?
I don't know, because it's just booking and it's in Las Vegas, and I'm pretty sure they don't really care. Again, albeit I don't think it's in the same time. I don't remember when the Olympia runs, but from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. that's going to be the final and the third and fourth in the World Cup. Now the Olympia could be the whole day, could be in the afternoon, could be morning, afternoon, evening. I didn't take a look at the schedule. I think they didn't really post it. But that's the funny part, right? I do have a list of whoever's qualified here.
Did we met one of the guy over there?
Yeah, so we've got like Nick Walter, Nathan, you've got Mamdouh Begrami, Brandon Curry, who's he's been posting on social media, is looking pretty good. Hadi Chupan, who was from Iran, and he had an issue I think a couple of Olympias ago, and then now he's sorted out because when Trump was in office, they had like all that beef with Iran.
Okay.
Hunter, you've got Sean, you've got Reagan, Samson, Raphael, Angel, and these are all in the Mr. Olympia category. There's going to be the 2-on-2, the classic physique, and all that. We're just going to cover, in the sake of time, just Mr. Olympia. So we've got what did I miss? Blessing, Charles, Mohammed Chaban, right? You've got Hassan Mustafa. So Hassan Mustafa is our very own local Mr. Olympia, hopefully, right? And I've been seeing him hitting our local gym, so he's conditioning
Exactly.
very well.
You know what? The thing is that this is the very first time I have seen someone like Mr. Olympian guy in person.
Oh yeah, Hassan, this is the first time you've seen him.
Never ever I haven't seen any of the people who have been competition into it. And the moment I entered my local gym, which we go like Good Life Fitness, and everyone is trying to look their best. I understand and I respect those things. But when I see that guy, you can just out of them, it's like this guy is something like different. And when we had a good chat with him, and this guy is so down to earth person. I don't speak Arabic, but the thing is that he's trying to understand me, he's trying to listen to me, and we are trying to have a little bit of conversation. That shows a kind of a respect this guy has. This guy is somewhere to the next, like big guy. And seeing that inspiration, he comes down, he works silently, he works into, he has his tunnel vision. Yeah, so good with it, man.
Yeah, so for people who are watching, Hassan has his own YouTube, and he's been doing his prep series on his YouTube channel on the road to Olympia. He talks about his morning exercise, and every day in the morning, usually he has like 45 minutes to an hour of cardio, and then he does a training session. And on your point, right, when he was doing chest, those 90-pound dumbbells look pretty small. Pretty small. Like it looked like he was just doing a 15-pound because he's just massive. Atmanna lak at-tawfiq, Hassan. I'll be looking out for you and wish you all the best.
Exactly, and wish everyone who is trying to compete very hard, because I understand you guys have to be showing up the stage for a few minutes and you work out for the rest of your life. That is like a good kind of a discipline you guys do it, and I have a really good respect on you guys.
We've got 3 Egyptians this year, so nice. Hassan, Begrami, and no, that's a Jordanian, and then Mohammed Shaban. So you've got three Egyptians. You've got a couple of other. So we've got how many Canadians? Let me see. Yeah, we've got a good group of Canadians, right? You've got Reagan. You've got let me see the list. Ian. Sorry if I spelled your name. And Antoine Valiant. Right. So we've got our own representation of Canadians in the mix.
Nice.
But we will see. I mean, we will be covering the Olympia.
Yeah, we can one TV we can see the FIFA World Cup, one TV we can see the competition.
Again, I don't know if they're going to be at the same time, but
still.
But it's going to be a busy. Thankfully, 17 and 18 is Saturday, Sunday.
And anyways, we are off. Like
no,
not you.
This guy works in IT. No, I'm gonna still be on. But 17, 18 is going to be a weekend, right? 16 is going to be the other day. Whatever, 15 to 18, right? But the idea is it's going to be Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday for the Olympia, and Saturday, Sunday for the World Cup. So going to be exciting. We'll cover the Olympia day by day. We can have a special for the Olympia. Stay tuned for the Olympia episodes in a nutshell.
Yeah, and regarding the best part of our YouTube channel is that we never thought that we're going to be hitting 1,000 subscribers.
Not this
And
year, at least.
Not this year,
Yeah.
at least. And
Yeah.
this was a really good surprise for us. Just because of one video, we were
I mean,
able
we'll
to.
keep it- yeah.
I
keep-
know, but
We'll keep the viewers guessing. Just go over our videos and see,
Yes,
see
exactly.
the one with the most
But
engagement.
I want to appreciate each and everyone like who were trying to support us and being into our like busy schedule. We were trying to keep ourselves no matter what, we were able to think about, now we have to shoot, man. We have to shoot and we have to get the work done because we have promised that we need to be doing it every Sunday and we need to be posting on every Sunday.
Yeah.
And I think so. We never missed any of the Sundays. I believe so. Yes, we did never miss any of the
I
Sundays.
don't think so.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Every month we have 4 videos out and every Sunday was covered properly. And speaking of the next year, which is going to be coming up, and we are super excited with this thing. We are gonna have something going in our minds, and we thought process, just like we started for the YouTube channel. We were into this process in February and we were having a good conversation before standing up, and it turned out to be a really good thing. And we want to make sure that before we go into the head year and the next year, we have some background properly and we have preparation plannings, and we're going to be making sure that we can try to help you guys a lot, and we're going to be making ourselves better each and every video, man.
Yeah. Look at that. This one's on screensaver. Anyways.
Yeah.
Well, I echo what Venkat just said. Thank you for all you subscribers. Feel free to comment. Tell us what you want us to cover, and tell us what you want us to, maybe touch on if there's
Except
more.
travel videos, please. We don't have budget.
I mean, yeah, we can have like super followers where you can don't need to go to Tomomoria.
Go fund us, yeah.
Right?
We're definitely gonna go. If you go and fund us, we're definitely gonna use that barrier.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
if you want to see Venkat skiing,
No. That
yeah,
can happen.
ski all the way.
Yeah. So, but yeah, we're gonna be appreciating you guys, and we're gonna taking off. And thank you for staying for this long. And we wish you all the best for your success as well. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Yes, I did.